Guys, Lyrical Monastery 2 reveals are finally over. So now everyone is hyped again, and we can't wait to see more nostalgia reveals, especially from the new set, the Booster Pack 5, which is Triumphant Return of the Brave Heroes, which features some of your old nostalgia cards like Dragonic Overlord the End, MLB, and Phantom Blaster Overlord. But it also featuring some new cards from, I think, the Cray Cross Epic, and that one has some new mechanics. They tease that it introduced dual nation cards, sorry. So this should be quite interesting to see. Let's kind of look at it, look at the reveals today, and we kind of grab some ideas from them, right? So first we have just the starter. This is the Bioroid Youth Roa. So it just got the normal, you know, when you go second, you get to draw cards. So nothing really special here. He is a Stoicheia card. And the story is that he is a Bioroid that woke up like 3,000 years into the future. So he was one of the old guys, right? He was one of the old peeps. Yeah, and then we can see how it is, because his first grade 1 ride line basically is Awakening from Slumber Roa. So auto, when this unit is placed by riding on a Bioroid Youth Roa, call up to 1 plant token to your back row center rearguard circle. And the plant token is pretty much just like the old plant tokens we got before, just 5,000 power with 1 crit and have boost. And it also has this new mechanic called Glitter. So it's just at the bottom, you see in the green, right around here. This one is just saying glitter, and then this card is a glitter which seeks the Fire Regulus. So I don't know anything what this Fire Regulus is. It could be this future card or this future idea that they can implement in the future. So far, we really haven't seen that, but this glitter thing is going to be very, very relevant very soon. So now we get to look at the new plant token. It looks kind of weird, not gonna lie. It's not as cute as the previous plant tokens. Those ones are very V-like. This is very D-like, right? Dark, sinister. I don't know what's wrong with his head. No face. Absolutely no face. But it is a plant token, and it pretty much is just similar to the plant tokens that we had before, except now they have this nice token kind of border, which looks kind of cool, right? But now let's look at the grade 2. So the grade 2 is another Roa. So the world 3,000 years later Roa. Auto, when this unit is placed on the Vanguard circle, cost retire 1 of your rearguards and call up to 2 plant tokens to the rearguard circle, and then, you know, they just explain what a plant token is. So ideally, you're just going to retire the plant token that you got for free before, and then now you're going to call 2 more. So this is very reminiscent of Neo Nectar, pretty much. He's a Bioroid, he's from a green nation, he uses plant tokens. So yeah, it's very Neo Nectar-esque, right? Kind of interesting to see if they will implement kind of these old mechanics using this new cross epic kind of thing. But he's also a glitter as well. Again, we don't really know much about what this glitter is, but let's kind of look at the grade 3. And the grade 3 is for once precious thing Roa. So act Vanguard circle once per turn. You can soul blast 1 and call up to 3 plant tokens to the rearguard circle. That's pretty interesting, right? You know, it's basically free, but you get to get 3 plant tokens. That's like 3 boosters, right? And the second effect is Vanguard Circle. When this unit is attacked, retire one or more of your token units, and this unit gets power plus 5,000 until the end of that battle for each unit retired for this cost. So this isn't limited once per turn. You can basically get like a bunch of small power gains, or you can get 1 big power gain. But this will help against things with, like, you know, anti-sentinel and things like that, and just overall just add some free defensive power to your Roa, right? Especially since you get 3 of them, 3 tokens basically for a Soul Blast 1. That's pretty nice. And again, it also has this other glitter effect at the bottom, and it wants to seek the fire, something like that. Now, let's see how this actually comes into play. So we have Dragrita Girl of Flame Blossoms, Raidalina, and this one is a Dragon Empire and a Stoicheia, right, so far. Now, her first effect is act, rearguard circle. If you do not have a Momoke token, you can counterblast 1 and call up to 1 Momoke token to the rearguard circle. So we're going to look at the Momoke token later. But the second effect is Glitter Roa. So this green effect here is active if your Vanguard is a glitter with Roa in its name, right? The effect is auto rearguard circle. When this unit attacks, you may soul blast 1, choose one of your token units in the same column as this unit, and this unit gets the power of that unit until the end of that battle. So that's pretty good, right? It's basically saying, you know, you have a Momoke token that you can call there, or you can use any of the plant tokens too, right? It just says token, so it's synergizing kind of well with what Raw wants to do, which is make tokens. And then it gets like power, and that's pretty cool. Right? Now, I guess the interesting part of this is that the glitter effect mentions that this effect is only active if your Vanguard has Roar in its name. So it doesn't matter what kind of Roar you have, it just has that Roar as well. So remember the problems we had before, where we had like, you know, we had Bruce support, but that was only the grade 3 Bruce support, right? Then we had the grade 4 Bruce, Leonard doesn't work, or something like that. Yeah, there's like really weird supports. This kind of gets around that, and it kind of shows maybe a change in card design on like how some of these effects are going to work. Are they just going to put them all into like a little text box now? Just goes, hey, this is the effect, this is how you're going to read it as. And overall, like, sure, this requires you to have a Vanguard with glitter in its card name, which is kind of weird, but maybe in the future, they can just not have that, right? They can just not have it, or just say like, you know, this requires this, bam, effect works, right? So overall, not much in terms of how you would say actual dual nation, right? You know, it's a Dragon Empire because she's a Dragrita girl, but then she works with tokens, right? And she works with Roar's tokens, and I'm guessing in the story, I think they're pretty much like partners, right? So yeah, they just kind of stoic here and Dragon Empire for the heck of it. But so far as well, you can see that you can technically just build a Roar deck by himself, right? You can just go, okay, I just want to play Roar, just put a bunch of tokens in and work. And then with her, right? With her, you can kind of just throw her in a Dragon Empire clan, right? And that kind of works by itself, but you only get its like full power when you have like both of them working together, right? But let's kind of look at this Murky token. So this Murky, so this guy's just called Murky. It's a little dragon that you see on top of her head. And his effect is Act Reguard Circle. Once per turn, retire one or more of your other Reguards, and this unit gets power plus 5,000 until the end of turn for each unit retired for its cost. So you can, if you're playing this Roar, you roll out makes a bunch of free tokens, and then you can just eat them all up and then get like a bunch of 5Ks, right? So this is kind of just like a dragon eating plants. Pretty cool, right? The second effect is Glitter Roar, so, you know, active if your Vanguard is a glitter with Roar in its card name. Continuous Reguard Circle, if you have a unit with Radilina in its card name in the same column as this unit can attack from the back row. So if you just play Radilina without Roar, you know, she just makes a token, and this token just boosts the Radilina, and that's that, right? That's that. You still get that first effect where you can bump a bunch of like power to Momoke, right? But unlocking the full power, if you got that Roar, right? Bam, now this can attack from the back row. You can have 4 attacks. Pretty nice, right? Pretty nice. And then, you know, Radilina, if it's with Roar, bam, you have that kind of combo going there, where now that gets the superpower of like this Momoke token. Now, you know, ideally what you're doing is like your Roar attacks, it's putting all the triggers on the Momoke token, and then the Momoke token will, it's like a Gynosera in a way, right? But you have like, because he's not a grade 2, you have kind of more options, like you can boost with it, you can like put the crit on like the on the Radilina, and then the Radilina can attack first and get the power from the Momoke and things like that. So there's kind of different ways to like put pressure on. But like this is actually pretty cool in my opinion, in terms of the just how the decks, or not the deck, the card is overall synergizing with each other, right? You can have, you don't have to just play the package that they give you and kind of mix and match if you really want to. Although it looks very restrictive right now, with more cards being revealed later on, right? You can start putting these packages like with other things, just to get certain effects, right? You don't need to get the full effect. Like maybe you don't like Roar, maybe he's not that cool anymore. But you know, you can still put like this dual nation combo in another Stoicheia, like this part somewhere else, another Stoicheia deck, and bam, you have some small parts moving around, like there's these small combos within decks that will make standard kind of more interesting in the future. Right now, like the overall plan of this deck, you can easily see it, right? It's like, okay, you know, 4 attackers, you know, you make some tokens, then you have like 2 big attacks with like the dragon and the girl. That's cool, right? But look at this, you can put someone in the pulse in to get some more draws, to get your soul thing going, and then, hell, you know, maybe in the future you're just putting this somewhere else and it's working, right? So overall, I think this is actual good design, right? This is not like plus 2k to this card if like, you know, blah 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 is blah blah blah, right? That's extremely boring. This is actually looking kind of smart. And honestly, like, if you look at the other nations, if they're getting these kind of effects, I think it'll be pretty interesting, because Dragon Empire, technically a very honest clan, Stoikea, you know, does what it want to do. All very honest, especially like the new Nectar parts. We're talking about like we see some of these ride lines in the future. You're seeing Link Joker, you're seeing a big titty girl in Keta Sanctuary. What could that mean? That could mean a lot. And BTO 5 is looking to be a pretty busted set, right? Pretty busted set with these kind of new designs. Art is really good. Art is actually really, really cool. This reminds me of like Fire Emblem, to be honest, right? Reminds me of Fire Emblem. And then we had the big 3-2 coming in the set. So we're already out of the lyrical Monastery haze. So let me know what you guys think in the future. I really think there's a lot of potential with these cards. A lot of potential in future card design when I see things like this, right? When I see things like this and not going, oh, half my cards don't work because I wrote a grade 4, right? Although grade 4 stuff is still pretty cool. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys in the next video. All right. Bye.